Most people who come to Tomar follow the trail of the Knights Templar. But today, we're chasing something much smaller. Something that looks far more ordinary. A matchbox. Yes, you heard that right. It's because in Tomar, inside tiny matchboxes, there are stories from all around the world countries. Advertisements, wars, cultures, and lost times hidden away. Today, I'm taking you to one of Portugal's most fascinating museums, the Tomar Match Museum. It is also the largest museum in the world dedicated to this subject. Tomar is a city known for the Knights Templar, monasteries, and grand historical narratives. But there is a place here that you could easily walk past without noticing from the outside. It's not a massive palace, but inside it holds something else. Thousands of tiny stories. Today, we are in Museu dos Fósforos, the Match Museum, nestled within Tomar's peaceful atmosphere. The museum's location makes the experience even more special, because it is housed inside Convento de São Francisco, right in the heart of Tomar's historic fabric. So outside you have Portugal's stone streets, and inside, colorful matchboxes from all over the world. That contrast creates a beautiful atmosphere. Known as one of the most unique museums of its kind in Portugal, its foundations were actually built on one person's curiosity. That person was Aquils de Moda Lima. His fascination with matchboxes began in 1953 during a trip to England. When he traveled there for Queen Elizabeth II's coronation, he met a Belgian collector. That encounter transformed what seemed like an ordinary curiosity into a lifelong collection. Later in 1980, he donated the collection to the municipality of Tomar. At first glance, you might think, how interesting can a matchbox really be? Once you step inside, that thought slowly begins to change. Because here, matchboxes are not just small objects used to light fires. Each one is like a miniature document carrying the design sensibilities, advertising language, country, culture, and sometimes even the political atmosphere of its era. Some feature old hotel advertisements. Others showcase restaurants, brands, factories, countries, cities, and traces of times that no longer exist. Even the color, illustration, typography, or logo on a single matchbox seems to say, "I came from another time." The scale of the collection on display is truly impressive. There are more than 40,000 matchboxes here, along with tens of thousands of labels and cover examples. But what matters here is not just the number. What is truly remarkable is how these tiny objects, when brought together, transform into a vast map of the world. As you move from one display case to another, it feels as though you are traveling between countries, Portugal to England, France to Japan, Africa to America. Every box feels like a small fragment of everyday life from another part of the world. Because matchboxes were once not just practical household items, they were also advertising tools. Hotels, cafes, bars, transportation companies, brands, even tourist attractions printed their own matchboxes. People carried them in their pockets, tucked them into bags, and took them to other cities. Today, when we visit somewhere, we take photos. Back then, perhaps people brought home a matchbox instead. And here in Tomar, those small souvenirs stand side by side, forming a quiet yet powerful archive. Walking through this museum inevitably makes you think about the small things in your own life. Which everyday objects that seem ordinary to us now might one day be displayed in a museum? Maybe that's why this is one of the most unusual places to visit in Tomar. Because here, you're not just seeing a collection, you're seeing how one person's curiosity, patience, and years of gathering tiny pieces can become a cultural legacy. The collection started by Aquils de Moda Lima has now become one of Tomar's most extraordinary stops. And perhaps when you leave this museum, only one question remains. Is a matchbox really just a matchbox? Or sometimes, could an entire world be hidden inside such a tiny box? Today in Tomar, we open the door to that small world. If your path ever leads you to Tomar, don't just visit the great monasteries and historic landmarks. Make sure to add this small but captivating museum to your list as well. Do you think a matchbox is just an ordinary object, or a small story from the past? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more stories like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts with us.